Hello, this is Gene. Excuse my hair. I still have some of it though. On the background, you might see my or hear my waterfall going on. I just want to talk about tomorrow and the game against Sunderland. They're above us in the table. They have been playing. Let's say this: they've got better results than we have. I'll just say that. It's going to be a tough game. I think if we score early, we beat them. Okay, by one or two goals. I hope. It seems like Ineos has said that he's going to stay there regardless what happens. Talking about Ruben Amarin. So I think that we'll have to deal with that one way or the other. I thought after the last game I started getting to the point where I'm not really trusting him anymore. He's had long enough time. I would like to have a little more time with this front three and see if we get some goals out of it. But just how we played against Brentford just kind of concerned me. I think that we flattered to deceive because I think against Chelsea because it was rainy. I think they kind of helped us. It stopped them from being very quick on the ball. Having Maguire and De Ligt back there, I think the rain really helped us that game. Although on a wet field, the ball will actually go further, right? But the problem is it shuts down the quicker team. Didn't used to be the plan for thing for Manchester United. We used to have one of the quickest teams in the league, but we don't really have that. We have never got the same type of wing play that we've had since Giggs left. So we're not that fast. Even Marcus, the first couple of years, he was quick. At least the first couple of steps, he was quick. He could get by people. But we saw over the years, he started losing his pace. Maybe he's gotten it back at Barcelona because he actually gives a shit about what's going on. But that's fine. So let's just talk about the game. I looked at their lineup. I mean, this is a team that's got a lot of Africans, a lot of non-foreign players, and it looks like the team will probably put out to get there tomorrow. We're not going to see a whole lot of English players in there, which is kind of concerning to me. But it is what it is. It's how the Premiership is. They value speed a little bit more than technical ability at this point. That and physicality. They value that, and normally what happens is that this league, it's the best league, usually has the best games, but it's rare that the team that wins the championship here wins the Champions League. And people say like the Italian league is shit, or the Bundesliga is shit, or the Spanish league is shit, but they still get some of their teams get to the finals at least, and sometimes win this stuff. So anyway. It's like me. Do I think that Napoli is levels above Manchester United? Well, they look like they are, and they're playing with a lot of players that are rechecks in the Premiership. So anyway, so the question is what we're going to do here. If he's not going to change his system, so I mean a lot of content creators have been saying now we have to bring Heaven back into the game. Into the team. And I'm like, okay, but he hasn't played at all year. I don't know if he's played in the 21s. I don't know. But I'm okay with that. I'll go along with that. I'll go along with Stephen Housen said and what Sam People said that he should start. I think it's nice to have somebody with more speed in the back. So I'll go ahead and say this. If you're going to have Lemons play, it should be this game. Right, you need somebody that's going to go in there and solidify the back line. So we'll put Lemons back there, and you can put De Ligt in front of him, and then Yarrow and Heaven. I just don't know if he's going to do that. He might let him play for 60 minutes, and then he'll bring on somebody else and maybe move things around, put De Ligt over there, put Maguire in there, whatever. You might see something like that. The interesting thing is that most of the guys that I've been looking at, one of them did put Bruno next to Casemiro, but Stephen Townsend put Mainu by Bruno. And I thought that the coach had told us that Mainu was fighting Bruno's for that position. And personally, I think Bruno should sit. He should be on the bench. He should be available. But I think we should have Mainu and Casemiro in the midfield. I think that's what it should be. If Ahmad is mentally sharp, he should come back and be on the wing back and have Dorgo on the other side. And then the normal three should be, as long as they're available, it should be Sesko, Mbombo, and Cunha. Now, we have to understand that if we're not doing enough, that we maybe need to have some separate substitutions done before the 75th minute. If we're peppering and peppering and peppering and it's just not going in, then, probably keep your strikers on there, keep your number 10 still on there. But Xerxes can play up top. He can play in the middle or in the 10s. You got Mason Mount. He's not really got a goal on him, but he can, right? He can come in and get a goal. So, I think I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to put Casemiro back in. It's going to be Casemiro and Bruno. But I think that he probably will. It's not going to squell anything. It's not going to stop the people wanting him to get out as the manager. But I think Bruno needs to sit because he has cost us about 5 points this year just because he didn't make 2 penalties. And in those games, we could have won both of them against Fulham and against Brentford. If he makes that penalty, let's just say they get a red card, which they should have. I think everybody's pretty much acknowledged that they should have been down to 10 men. We probably go ahead and win that game 3-2. So that's 5 points. So we would be in a lot better position if he just did his job. Now, again, sometimes you're going to miss your penalty kicks. So I think he needs to sit down to get his love back again for the team. It looks like he's lost a little bit of that. So I think he should sit down, and obviously he'd be a great person to come off the bench if we need something, right? And he can play in the 10 as well. So if we're looking for something, you bring him in. You might bring in Xerxes, maybe sit down Cunha or Sesko. But we've got to get the ball to Sesko. And I know it's the problem we've been having with this team for 10 fucking years. People's like, because Rasmus goes and scores goals for Napoli, that this is why he was not good for us. Currently, there is some truth to that. But he also was, his hold-up play was so poor, and his first touch was very poor. Sesko has already passed that. He's really good on that, and I think we need to get the ball to better him. We need to ensure that our number 10s actually pass the ball. Cunha, first game back, 4 shots outside of the box. He's got to make one more pass there. And Mbeumo did really well, just missed the truss, just a little bit off. Need to do that a little bit better there. We'll get something from that. The problem we've had in a long time on this team is the fact that we have way too many players that want to shoot the ball way out and try to get the glory shot. We got to get past that. If we can become a team again, I think we'll start destroying our teams below us. I really believe that. We'll score 4 or 5 goals. It's always there. We get the ball on the break, and I'm saying make the pass, and they just won't do it. And they end up dribbling themselves into a cul-de-sac. That's what Ahmad does that. Garnacho does that. And it seems now that Cunha is doing that as well. But again, I give him a break. He just came back from injury. He wants to impress. But I hope that in training they were talking about that. And I'm sure in training they probably pass it to each other. But it's just all the pressure of playing for Manchester United, trying to get us away from where we're at. I think that's all part of it. But anyway, I'm just going to say we're going to win 3-1. I think it's going to be close for a while. We have to score first. And I think what will happen is we'll get that second goal. And then the second half, maybe, or early in the second half, they might pull one back, or we'll get to 3-0, and then we'll fuck up and give them a goal. So I'm hoping 3-1, and we play well. And we just go from that, go in an international break, and get ready for Liverpool. I think that's what's next. But let me know what you think in the comments. I got to go for them. I have to always go for my team. Manchester United 3, Sunderland 1. You guys have a good day, and we'll talk to you later.